Good afternoon, viewers. Today is Monday the 17th, and today we are going to be doing a video of an older 3733 Lasko box fan. And I do believe this is the first time me making a video of this fan, and I haven't had it too long. I actually got it from our family friend sometime a little bit later last year. Um, this fan was bought in 2006, and I do believe that is when the fan was being made, if I recall correctly. Because when we first moved here into this location around that time, we had a lot of these box fans. But anyhow, as you can see, this is not the standard color of the fan. I did restore it. Fan looked pretty rough when I got it from them. Uh, both of the guards were pretty broken up, and a lot of the slats were missing. Um, Fan was really dirty, and the cabinet was pretty rusty. And so I was doing a job for him, and he had this fan in his living room, and I asked him what he was going to do with it, and he told me that I could have it. He was going to give it to me, or he was going to junk it, so I figured, what the heck, I was going to bring the thing home with me and see what I could do with it. But I replaced both the guards with a couple of guards off of I do believe, a newer Lasko box fan, and you can tell by the slats and the grills that this is not one of the older 3733s. And I painted it a teal blue color, and I painted the guards just a regular gray color. It's the original carrying handle. This, however, is not the original knob. I do have the original knob. I have it out in my shop, but I don't have the time to run out there right now. It's extremely cold and it's windy. Basically stuck in the house. But the original knob busted. Okay, here is the back of the fan. Fan is overall in decent shape. It's just a 16-year-old cheapo China-made box fan. And yes, the fan actually works very well. And I guess some would say, these fans last maybe to 2 to 3 years. Permanent, lubricated motors. I'm not buying that. That's bogus. I've seen a lot of these more modern fans like this last well over to 10 or 15 years before they finally drop. But in my opinion, it's basically just a matter of maintenance. They have good potential to them. They're not the most attractive fans in the world, but in certain situations they can provide a bit of good. There is the motor. I'm not exactly sure if that's a PSC motor. Here's the power cord. And no, it does not have the fuse. I don't think they started putting fuses in these cords until sometime later after the 2010s. I did have to splice the cord because it was frayed and the copper was exposed, so I fixed that with shrink tubing. It's a very cool color for this fan that I painted. I wish I had the photos and the video. I actually did make a video of the restoration on it, but I deleted it all by accident. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and plug this thing in, and I'll show it running for everybody. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll start the fan up now, and we'll start it up here on, well, let's start it up on the low speed. You have to give these fans credit for one thing. I mean, the air range on them really isn't all that great, but it's the sounds of them, that I actually did kind of like, on certain times of the year, particularly on the cooler seasons, such as fall and sometimes winter if it's not so cold. In a room this small, these fans, do a pretty good job. I'll put it in the window and I'll run it on medium or low. It's probably the best speed for these particular fans. You know, even in these well insulated houses. And the sound to it is actually kind of relaxing. Go ahead, we'll knock it up to medium. Putting out a nice gentle breeze. Fortunately, I don't have my air tester on me right now. But maybe you can determine it from the sound of the airflow coming into the camera. Alright, we'll knock it up to high. When I restored the fan, I did clean and service it, of course. I oiled it up a little bit. They don't have the oil wicks that would maintain the lubrication on more of the older fans, of course. But I reckon it did a pretty good job on this. After running after a pretty long time, it does put out an odor to it. But then again, this is a 17-year-old fan, so. Alright, now we'll turn it off. Fan does have a little startup sound to it. I guess we'll just capture that while we're at it. We'll start up here on low speed. Okay, medium. Okay, now the high. Well, for this 15 plus year old 3733 Lasko box fan, considering how long this thing had made it, I'm pretty sure this thing was used a lot, when it was over at our neighbor's house. But with the fan being as old as it is and it still has life in it, I figured, what the heck, I thought it deserved a good restoration. So I brought it back home and I cleaned it up, put new grills on it, and I painted it. And maybe I can make make a little bit more sense out of this thing. Maybe as soon as it starts to heat up in the springtime, I'll use it out in my shop. I really don't use the thing all that much. Since I've been getting a lot more vintage fans, I've been using those a lot more. So I'm probably just going to use this thing until it finally starts to wear down, and I'll dispose of it. So, well, there you go, everybody. I hope that you've enjoyed the video and more videos to come. And bye bye.